All right, so welcome. I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about how Manus AI works. Really fun agent. There's been a lot of confusion about what a real agent is. So I wanted to just go through and show you guys a little post that I made that will help you kind of determine if something is a true agent or not. Okay, because there's a lot of confusion and, quite frankly, lies from people that swear up and down that they have an agent or something. It's usually an automation company that says that what they've built is an agent, but it's not. It's not a true thinking autonomous, and I'll show you the differences here, and then I'll go into showing you guys how this works. So on my screen here, you can kind of see that I wrote a post 5 hours ago here about what an agent actually is. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So here's what real agentic AI can do. Number one, it can make decisions on its own, okay? It can actually adapt strategies when things change. Also, if there's problems, okay? This is something that's really important to me. Can it determine on its own that it made a mistake and fix the mistake? Okay? Now that, by the way, to me, that's one of the highest scoring marks for me, is if it makes a mistake, can it figure out the mistake that it made and then fix and correct it without being told? All right. Also, is it able to break down complex problems and even break down complex projects into smaller projects to make it simpler? Can it take initiative without prompting it? Can you just give it one prompt and get it to do something good? For those of you who are in my AI program, or you follow me on Facebook or wherever, I'm going to be launching my YouTube finally. But you'll know that one of the scoring methods for me, from a practical use point, is what is the minimal amount of input that I give to have the maximum amount of output, right? Like, what's the minimal effort from me to get the maximum effort from AI, all right? And the cool part is, can the agent actually learn? Can it learn? Can it actually see what's going on and go, okay, I did that wrong. Let me learn and adapt that for the next time, okay? Now I want you guys to think about the differences, self-driving car versus cruise control, okay? So I've got Manus up here. Now, this is a real shame. I recorded a 3 hour and 46-minute video that my team is still chopping up from 4 or 5 days ago. It's just been a challenge because it's such a long video. And sadly, Manus has actually reduced the amount of compute that the app can do, which makes sense. I mean, I'm sure that it was costing them a pretty penny. So the experimental mode, where it actually does like the hard work, the extra effort is what they called it, has been removed, and you only get one prompt a day, and the chat log is only so long, so you have to be very careful. And I think what I've got today, so by the way, yesterday or 4 days ago, I did this prompt, and it did so good, guys. It went all the way to the very end, and then it died because it just ran out of room on the chat. It did such a great job. It did all this development, it did so much stuff, and it literally was starting to launch the app on its own server, and then it died. It died. It says literally the worst thing that you can see right now in these apps, which is, you have ran out. The chat is too long. Yeah, where was it here? There it is. Manus stopped because the context is too long. Please start a new chat. Very painful thing to see. Okay, so today I've kind of dumbed it down a little bit. I've removed a couple steps, and I'm going to show you guys what I want it to do. Okay, so I want you to design a beautiful interactive web page for the AI job security assessment that people can fill out a questionnaire and determine if they are at risk of losing their job to AI. I gave it my website, aipersonamethod.com, for design, so you guys can take a look at what this looks like. Okay. To start the questionnaire, people will enter their name and their email. After they fill out the questionnaire, it will explain their risk and exposure with clear visuals and engaging elements. It will also give them advice on how to better position themselves. All right, so I'm actually gonna start this prompt over. You'll notice here it says you've reached your daily usage. There's only one, so I couldn't actually get this prompt to go. So before I did it today, I thought I would just record it and paste it in. I'm gonna have it go, and then I'll explain what the rest of this prompt is, okay? All right, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and press go so you guys can see it start to work. And this is gonna be a really fun part here. So let's finish this prompt out so you can understand what I'm trying to do. So the goal of this is people will take an assessment, and then it'll give them advice on how to better position themselves so they have an AI-proof job. After, it will send a copy of the report to them and a copy of it to me at my email, support@aipersonaMethod.com, when they're done. You'll need to research vulnerable jobs and industries and build out a robust role title, industry system, and formula to determine their risk. Remember that people overestimate their skill set, and self-scoring is not accurate because everyone thinks that they're safe and irreplaceable. So the agent is already going to work here. It's put together 8 steps. So the very first thing, now you'll notice, this is something that I love about this. You'll notice that I put down here, it's like all the way at the bottom that they'll need to do the research first. So what you're seeing right now is Manus actually doing the work. It's browsing the internet. You can see right here it says which jobs are the highest risk of automation, AI automation in 2025. So it's doing this work here. You can see there's 8 steps that it's created in accomplishing this task. Let's see what it says here. I'll help you design an interactive AI job security assessment page that evaluates people's risk of job displacement by AI. Oh, let's take a look at this, guys. So right here, it's actually, you can see this is a markdown file that it's created that is collecting and researching what it wants to do. It's creating a checklist. Look at the checklist. AI job security assessment project, research jobs and industries vulnerable. Oh, I didn't even get to see what the checklist was. Now, the cool part is I can cheat. I can look at the files that it's created. I can see it's created a to-do list and a vulnerable jobs list. If I create on the to-do list, I open that up. And the cool part is I can do all this while it's working. So I can see here's the to-do list that it created. Research jobs, identify key factors, research skills, compile statistics, research effective advice, okay? Then it'll go into the design phase. Design a comprehensive assessment questionnaire, create a scoring system and risk formula, design visual representation of risk assessment, design advice section based on assessment results. Here's a development phase. Next, it'll set up the actual next.js project. This is the coding side. Implement front-end design similar to my website, aipersonaMethod.com. Create interactive questionnaire interface. Implement scoring algorithm. Create visual results display. Implement email functionality, which by the way, it's in Sandbox, so it won't actually send it, but I wanted to show you how it'll do it. Add personalized advice generation. Testing phase. Test it, validate it, test the email functionality, test responsive design, then deploy it, final testing on live environment, provide documentation and deliverables. Guys, that is an agent. That, my friends, is an agent. I don't know why I have my AI copy tools logo here. Let me get rid of that. Sorry, guys. All right. So, wild, right? So let's take a look and see what it's doing here. So you can see here it's actually creating strategies. It's got a markdown file that is created with a bunch of strategies based on output. Now it's updating the checklist here, so it's going step by step. It's completed the research phase, so now it's going to move into the design phase, and it will record this whole thing, by the way. So we can see that one thing that I would have liked to add, and I will be messaging Manus about this, is that when it's done with a task, I would like it to record how long it spent on that task, okay? Now, I can see here how long I've been live on Facebook. Let me see if I have that somewhere. Oh, you know what? I haven't even been checking the chat. Let me take a look at the chat, guys. Okay. Oh, what's up, everybody? I didn't even see that there's people in here. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, cool. Cool, cool. So right here, you can see that it's been going 49 seconds, 50 seconds on this one. It's showing you exactly step by step. It's editing this to-do list. It's editing, whatever. But at the end of it, I'd like it to put like how long it's spent on that task, right? But when the video is done, or when this is done with the action, you can see kind of like step by step what it does in, like you can see the recording kind of like you can skip around to see what it's doing. So that's a cool feature. But let's take a look and see from a thought perspective what it's thinking here, okay? So it's going to include a questionnaire, provide personalized risk assessment with visuals, offer advice on making jobs AI proof, and email results to both you and the user. Let me get started on researching vulnerable jobs and industries, and then creating an interactive web page. I'll make sure the assessment realistically portrays AI job displacement risk rather than allowing users to overestimate their job security. That's very important, by the way, because if you know anything about surveys, most people are biased for themselves. So when I first did this, by the way, this prompt is an iteration, because the very first time I did this, I actually made an app on Manus, and like I just did a test. I said that I'm a data entry specialist, and I basically did all the things that were the, you know, kind of red flags of that your job's going to be replaced. But then it said, like, is AI affecting your industry? Yes, no, maybe, sort of, whatever. And I just put no, right? Like, I lied, basically. It overestimated my safety, and it believed it, and it gave it a 28% score instead of basically 100%, which is what it should have been. And then when I told Manus that, it went ahead and fixed it, but then the context got too long, and it stopped development. So when this chat is over, when this project is done, that's it for the day. Like, I've used my one operation for the day, right? So that kind of sucks. So yeah, it is what it is, you know, it really is what it is. So anyway, let's take a look here. Oh, I don't even have the right camera on. What's up, guys? I didn't even realize I got the wrong camera on here. That's wild. Wow. Well, it is what it is. I wasn't prepared for the day. So what's up in this camera? I didn't realize I didn't have that camera on. It looks so much sexier in this one. So the agent's going to town here, and I'm gonna switch back because actually it's doing something fun now. So right now it's actually looking at my website, okay? Take a look at this. It's looking at my website right now. This is really cool. I like this. Oh, there's my corner cam. All right, so it's looking at the website. It's really going to town. Is there a way to hide this menu over here? Yeah, there we go. A little better. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. Now we got some good views here. All right, so let's take a look. I'm gonna scroll down here and see what else it's been doing. So while it's looking at the website, I can see this dragging and stuff. So my guess is it's probably getting like color codes and stuff like that. So let's see what it said now. So it says they started researching on these jobs. It's doing this. This is everything from the checklist that we saw so far. It's continuing doing a lot of research complete. I would have liked to see. So 9 minutes ago is when it started doing it at 12:22. So that is 9 minutes ago. So that's how long it took, I guess, -5. So it took about 4 or 5 minutes to do the research, 22 to 25, 3, 4, 5 minutes-ish, okay. Oh, it looks like it's already starting to set up. Yep, it's setting up the code server. Here we go. All right, sandbox is set up. All right, by the way, let's see what it said here. I've completed the research phase. Jobs and industries most vulnerable, factors that make jobs susceptible to AI automation, skills and attributes that make jobs AI proof, statistics and evidence on AI jobs displacement, effective strategies for improving job security in an AI era. Now I'll design a comprehensive assessment. Name, email, job role, industry, skills, work patterns, responsibilities, career adaptability. You can see it's dumping all the files in here on the right hand side. It's using an Ubuntu server, as you can see here, which I like. I'm a huge Linux fan myself. So Ubuntu is getting fired up. Here we go. So we're halfway through or so, okay? And most of the hard work, by the way, most of the heavy lifting is done. Looks like, maybe I shouldn't have done the email integration and report delivery function. That might take a little bit more time than I'll have for this chat. It might take too much. If so, I guess you're gonna see one of the pain points and limitations of this platform right now. I wish I'd like to have a little bit more unfettered access, especially since I literally run the world's largest AI Facebook group with my partner Valentine. We would love to get in contact with the Manus staff. I've reached out to them, and I know that one of our AI consultants, Natalie Choperset, has already been in contact and got some codes from them. That's how I got my invite code. But really haven't had that direct access. I'd like to definitely help them with this. Like, I think this is one of the best tools that has come out so far on the agentic side of AI. Anyway, so it's designing everything, deploying the scoring system, interactive web page. Okay, so I've completed the design. Here's what it did 4 minutes ago. It conducted a thorough research on jobs, vulnerable jobs, designed a comprehensive assessment questionnaire with 28 questions covering job characteristics. That's cool. A detailed scoring system. Now, the fact that this is kind of stuck here worries me. I'm wondering if I hit the limit already. I don't know. Let's see. Designed a detailed scoring system and risk formula that realistically evaluates AI job displacement risk. Designed visual representations for the assessment results, including risk gauges, comparative analysis, and skill gap visualizations. Developed a personalized advice framework that provides actionable recommendations. Okay, this is good. It's coming. So never mind, we're still rolling. It's asking me, would you like me to proceed with the development phase? I'll be setting up a next. So it's asking me, but I don't have to respond. It's just going. It's not waiting for me to respond. Okay. So it's set up the Next.js project in our AI job security assessment webpage. Now I'm going to implement the front end design, inspired from the AIPersonaMethod.com, a modern, visually appealing interface with a color scheme similar to the website, clear step-by-step navigation, interactive questionnaire, engaging visual representations of the risk assessment results, a personalized advice section with actionable recommendations. So now I'll be implementing the front-end components, styling functionality to create a seamless user experience. This will take some time as I need to code the questionnaire, scoring system, visualizations. It even says like it's going to take a little bit. Would you like me to focus on any particular aspect? I'm not gonna respond at all. I'm gonna let it just do its thing. Now we've caught up. Now it's gonna update the plan. This is a really cool part. Like, it looks and sees what it's done, goes back in, updates the plan. It's really powerful stuff that we're seeing here. Really, really powerful stuff. Let me take a peek at your questions you've got now. Okay, let's see what you got. Seems like when he gets to the end of everything, he wants to do that. I might have missed when that was. James says, can you get me an invite code and send me a link to your certification? Yeah, I'll hook you up. So, interesting. Yeah, we did a very long video on Thursday night. Thursdays we have our AI consultant call where we all get together. We have about 30, 40 people usually on those calls. There's 160 of us in our consultant program, and people just crushing it, doing really good things. And you know, it's a really lucrative industry right now because so many businesses could benefit from using this technology. They just don't know how. They just need someone to help them do it. It's just, you know, it's crazy. And it doesn't really, the crazy part is the learning curve on it is actually not very bad. It's not like, you know, having to learn how to do, you know, code, because technically the AI is doing most of the heavy lifting. Most of the coders that I know, they're using AI. They're using like Claude 3.7 to help do a lot of the heavy lifting on the code, right? And there's still a lot of, you know, knowledge that's needed to know if it's good, if it works, but it's just drastically reducing the time to market to create products, right? Like, let's see, when did I start this now? Well, there should be a little time update here. 6 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, 25 seconds ago, so 12:36, and I think we started this at 12:22. Let me scroll back up to the top and see. Okay, so it's been 16 minutes as of now. Okay, look at the scoring. It's doing the scoring assessment right now. You can see it's actually coding the whole scoring formula. Look at that. It's thinking about how to score it. It's doing all this math. It's doing everything. This is true agentic, guys. I love it. Like, think about how much work, how much time, how much money this would take. I just want to say a bold statement right now. Remember that old phrase where if ideas were worth anything, we'd all be millionaires? We're actually at that point. Like, now, without knowing how to do coding, you have a great idea and you can use AI to create it. So we're now at implementing the email notification and report delivery functionality. I'm hoping it has enough processing power, enough compute to finish this, because deploying is 2 steps away. I really want to make sure we can actually get this going. That would be a beautiful thing. Okay, let's go. Let's see what we've got. Okay, now it's editing the results page. Okay, so exciting. Like, this is one of the highlights of my day. It's just like Now I've been working on this one for like ever since I got my invite code, like for 5 or 6 days now, like every day. Now I've missed the last 4 days because I was completely offline. I didn't want to do anything. I actually did not work for like 5 days, which has been beautiful. Well, 4 days. I was offline building my little off-grid ranch in the middle of nowhere. It's about 10 acres out in the middle of nowhere, which has been really fun, but now I'm back to work. But for the 3 or 4 days I've been working, I've been trying to get this one assessment done. And every time it reaches the limit, I've been modifying the prompt a little bit to try to get as much out of it as I can before breaking the chat. I'm hoping that this doesn't break the chat, doing the email assessment stuff. It might be a little too much. Maybe I should just focus on the assessment alone and then maybe gate it myself, like, hey, sign up to use the assessment, have my own opt-in page and stuff, and then it sends them to the assessment. That might be the right thing to do instead of having it code this to me, because I would like it to send me a result so I can see if someone's at risk of losing their job and then, you know, see how I can help. It's really important to me. Like, I get so much crap in our Facebook group. You know, we have 3.4 million people in it called Artificial Intelligence. And I post stuff in there all the time about how AI is going to take their jobs. Like this, I'm sorry to say, but this absolutely 100% AI is going to take a lot of jobs, millions. Goldman Sachs says about 300 million in the next 4 years, next 4 or 5 years. And I think it's going to be more than that. And that's just the job it takes. It doesn't talk about how it's replacing career paths. You know, they said that, I think it was the World Economic Forum or something, said that like 14% of all existing career paths right now are going to be eliminated. Like data research, if you're a data analyst research person, if you're a fellow research assistant, yikes. And this is the craziest part too, is AI isn't just coming for like low-level burger flippers restaurants. Like those kiosks and stuff, they're already starting to do cashier replacements and stuff. That's already been going on. But it's going to be the white-collar smart workers. It's going to be the guys with the desk jobs. It's going to be the secretaries and assistants, because your phone is going to be able to do so much for you. You can have it book your flight, and it can you know, book everything on your calendar. It already exists. It's just not mainstream yet. It's just not integrated in mainstream. Like for sure, this is going to take jobs. But I get so much crap. I get so much flack for just telling people what's coming. I'm not Nostradamus. I don't have a crystal ball. I am getting paid as an AI consultant right now to go into companies and help them replace people. In 2023, I got paid $282,000 to teach business owners how to replace their team with AI. That was the majority of what I did. Mainly marketers and copywriters, because that's what I am. I'm a marketer copywriter, so I'm showing them how to use AI to do those things. Now, looks like we're getting pretty close here to the end. We have it now conducting a thorough testing validation. It's using a browser. Right now, it's still showing me the terminal. I don't see the browser usage. So I don't know if that's a delay or what. Let's see how far it's got. So it did implement the email notification part. Now it's conducting a thorough testing and validation. It says it's using the browser to do it. I don't see the browser, so you know what? I don't want to take it over. I was just hoping I'd be able to switch over to it. Oh no! It encountered some errors. I hope that that's not the end of it. Handling browser error. I hope that this chat is not done yet, because I really want to show you guys what the result looks like here. Okay, good, it's not. I'm just crossing my fingers that I have made this prompt just big enough to show you something how awesome it can do, but short enough, it's actually able to complete the task. Okay, look at this. The application is ready to be deployed to a production environment. Would you like me to proceed with deployment? Okay, it's doing its own thing. Okay, it's going to continue working after I apply, so this is a pause. Yes. Deploy the application to a production environment to get permanent public URL, package the code files into a downloadable yourself, make any adjustments. You know what I'd like to do? All three, but we're going to do number one. I'd like you to package it up so I can deploy myself, but I'd also like you to deploy into a production environment so we can test it together. Okay, so that's my first input, guys. How long has it been? Since 22 to 45, 24 minutes. So it's been 24 minutes of doing that. It's gonna do both. So deploy this application to a production environment and package all the files, okay? I kind of would have liked it to package the files up first. I should have told it to do that. Only because if it fails, if the chat fails, I'd have to start over, which would suck. It is what it is. Now, one thing I haven't tried yet, which I want to do, is to download all the files it's created, which, by the way, you can see all the files it's created right here. Okay. Global CSS, page, scoring, results, route, layout, page, to-do, advice, visual representation, scoring system, questionnaire, AI-proof strategies, vulnerable jobs. So right now it looks like it's actually deploying it live to the server first, okay? It's deploying it. The fact that it can even deploy to a server, that eliminates like 99.9% of what most people can't do. Most people can't open up a Linux server and stand up something, you know? Like most people can't. Like you can easily go on GitHub and like look up instructions and Google it or whatever, but like it's still something that most people just don't want to do. You know, like for me, I'm very fortunate and blessed that I spent, you know, pretty much my entire life in IT. So if I had to do it, I could. But even there, I have a guy, his name's Brandon, he's worked for me for over 15 years, and I just give him the files and he'd stand it up for me. You know, like it's not something that I wake up in the morning excited to do every day, right? So let's take a look. It says it's deploying, working on deploying, fixing building errors. Now it's asking if it wants me to allow it to access the public network. So it's going to stand this live. It's going to go ahead and publish this to a live URL, which you guys are going to be able to test in just a moment. I will absolutely share this link in the Facebook chat so you guys can take a look for yourself. You know, one of the things that's beautiful about being an AI consultant and understanding marketing and IT is that most people still don't know what to use AI for. Like most of my time is working with my clients, just coming up with cool ways to use the AI. Because even if you have all this power, it's useless, right? It's like opening up one of those TI-86 calculators or whatever and like looking at it. And then, you know, the only thing you can do is type in 8007, trying to remember what it is, and then turn it upside down. This is boobless, you know, like that's the stuff we did in school because we didn't know how to use the calculator. We just knew how to use it to finish, you know, simple problems. We didn't know all the cool complexities of what it can do. It's the same thing, right? There it is, 8008 boob, right? Like that's how us middle schoolers used to use our calculators. Look at that, right? So like now we're at a point to where if you understand marketing, you understand product development, if you understand product design, even a little bit of project management, although it seems to be doing a pretty decent job from start to finish, you can create some really cool stuff. You can create what I like to say, create some massive value. You can create massive value very quickly. Right here, it has officially been from 22 to 49. Let me scroll up and see. 26 minutes. Is that right? I gotta do some math here, guys. 49 to 22. 49 minus 22. Yeah, it's been 26, 27 minutes. Wow. Speaking of calculator, it's been that amount of time and it's doing something that would take a very long time for someone to code. Take a very long time for even just the research of what to do, even the research of coming up with a formula for the AI risk assessment. It's ridiculous. And this is what I'm trying to say, folks. Like, this is what is happening right now. This is the world that we live in. And there's a race right now. You know, you have the energy secretary under Trump who just went on the news last week and said that AI is so important that there hasn't been a race as important globally since the Manhattan Project. Like America is fighting very quickly for AI dominance in the world. And you have a company out of China, Manus, who's pulling off stuff like this. I mean, imagine, this is for us public use, but imagine the power this has for someone with nefarious uses. I just had a message today from Brandon, who's the guy I was telling you about, who's been working with me for 15 years as my coder server guy. And he sent me a list showing the most high, let me see here. This is the government list of vulnerabilities. This is the official government list of vulnerabilities right now. This is the government website, okay? American government website, showing what the most high threat insecurity right now are open AI chatbot powered things. Look at this. It's affected this ChatGPT bot, Spring Boot, is a function to submit of an API component user handler. The manipulation leads to improper authorization. The attack can be launched remotely. The exploit has been disclosed to the public and may be used. This product takes the approach of rolling releases to provide continuous delivery. Therefore, version details for affected and updated releases are not available. I mean, this is nuts. The hackers are just using AI to hack better, right? So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit concerned. This is taking a while. It's been 8 minutes. It may have got to the very end. It may have ran out one step before finishing the project. That would suck, because I really want to show you guys what it does. Oh, it's updating the plan. I just should have complained sooner. I should have complained sooner. It just did another tick. It just did another tick. Oh, it said I encountered an issue with production development, but I'll package all the code files up for you to deploy yourself. Let me create a comprehensive package with everything you need. Ooh, and because I only get one prompt a day, I can't even go in there and ask it like what happened and how can I fix it. Because my guess is I'll probably not be able to deploy this on my own if it's coming up with a problem on their side too, but I'll try it. Yeah, I kind of had a bad feeling because earlier when it says that it was testing the web browser, it popped up with an error with the web browser, and it wasn't showing, it was still on the terminal screen, it wasn't showing us the browser. So I don't know if it ever got a fully functional web browser version of this app set up to test, and I never saw it, right? Like the times where I have had it be successful, I've seen that test, and I'll show you some previous versions that I've done that actually worked, so you can see, you know. And the thing is too, remember, this is literally the absolute beginning. This is the first phase. This is the infancy of agentic AI, okay? Gene, I don't know if you've tried doing that today. I've tried doing it since it looks like they updated it a few days ago. I don't know, Gene, if you've been able to do it today 3 times, 3 prompts per day, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna ask it to see if it can troubleshoot it and deploy it. I'll give it a shot. The other thing is to literally just copy and paste my prompt and do it all over again. But look, here's the documentation it created. Here it is, your AI job security assessment documentation. Here's the technical setup using the Next.js React framework, Tailwind CSS. Okay, it looks like it's done. So considering it's done. Yeah, because I will tell you this, Gene, 4 days ago, they stopped it. They took the extra effort, because see how this was 8 steps here, guys? When I first got access to Manus, see it says save, Manus has completed the task. You can now choose to share your task, including a step-by-step replay. That's kind of cool, right? Which I'll share with you guys. I'll share this with you guys. All right, so inside the chat, I have just posted a comment on this Facebook Live for you guys to check it out. I'm gonna pin the comment actually, so it's at the very top of this video. Can't find it. That's the share link, okay? Now, yeah, and all my files are in there too, so if somebody wants to try and set it up and test it out, let me know. But here's a zip file here I can download, and then it gives me instructions on how to set it up, which is kind of cool, right? So multi-step assessment, here's everything I need to do. There's the project structure, need to unzip it. So I'm gonna try, I'm just gonna hope and pray that I can make this work. I'm gonna ask it, can you troubleshoot the deployment and get this working on your end? I'd like to test functionality. Let me go use its own words. I always like to use its own words. So let's see, where was the question that it asked me? There it is. Deploy the application to a production environment. Okay, let's try it again. Let's see if it's gonna come back and do this task. Okay, Gene, thank you for putting that out there, because it looks like I do get more than one chat. Maybe they just closed it down over the weekend. So this is very good. This is very good news. Maybe they fixed the issue they had too, because I think it was being abused when it first got out, and now they've probably updated it. But this is good news. So thank you for pointing that out, Gene. Okay. So it's good. This is very good. We're making progress here. Let's see what it's doing. So let's see what it says. I'll troubleshoot the deployment issue. Okay. Updating plan to include troubleshooting deployment. Beginning troubleshooting deployment. Okay, so it's using the terminal. Now it's modifying it to use a standalone output mode for better production deployment compatibility. All right, this is good. Now you don't have to sit here and watch it while it's working. Another thing that's really cool about Manus is that you can actually type inside here and you can tell it things and it will actually not interrupt the process it's doing right now. It'll validate your comment. It'll determine if it needs to be addressed now or if it's something it can do after the task, and it will update the plan with what your instructions are. I just try not to do so much because I know that it hits the chat limit. And the last thing I want, and I'm surprised it hasn't yet, is running up against the chat context limit, and then you're done. It's like you can't do anything else, which is why I was really excited to get the downloadable files and the documentation here, because I can literally probably feed it back to Manus tomorrow when my chat context or whatever is good. Okay, look, it's trying to deploy it again to the public. I'm gonna go ahead and accept. I like that, okay. It says it's trying to deploy the application to production environment. Moving to deploy the application to production environment with a permanent URL after successfully troubleshooting build issues. Oh, well, it says it did. I mean, it says that it troubleshooted it successfully. We will find out if it deploys. Then we will know for a fact if it's troubleshooted those or not, okay? So now you can see that the steps have actually been updated. So now we went from 8 steps to 10 steps, right? So it's added the troubleshoot deployment, and then Manus is working. Deploy application to production environment, okay? Now, if this does work, we have gone from an idea, right? We've gone from ideation to deployment in 40 minutes. And all I've done was talk to you guys and tell you what's going on. That, my friends, is the difference between an automation versus agentic. Are there automation? Is this automated? Yes. This is a multimodal, multi-step, autonomous to a degree, right? It did ask me some clarifying questions, and then it asked me permission to go live, which I don't have any problems with that. I think that's a very fair use case and a very fair place for an agent to stop. If it was a human, that's how I would want it to be as well. Hey, I think I've finished the deployment. I've debugged some stuff. You want me to stand it up? Sure, boss, right? Do it. Let's go. So let's see. Oh, it's asking, it says that it's waiting for me to reply. Oh, I already accepted it. Okay, my bad. It was waiting for me to hit the accept button, which is the reply. So Manus is now continuing work after my reply. Let's get it done. Wonder if there's a way I can share this link somewhere. I don't know how to share this link. Let's see. We have 11 of you guys on here right now. What's up? Is this your first time? While this is working, I'm curious, is this your first time seeing Manus AI? Type Manus. Say yes, I've seen Manus, or no, I haven't seen Manus. I'm just curious to see what your reactions are on whether you've seen this or not. Because this is like for me, because I've been using this for a week. So like for me, I'm like, you know, my expectations are probably a little different. For those of you who've never seen this before, and you're probably like, holy crap, you know, you have, nice. Okay, look at this. Great news, I've successfully deployed the AI job security assessment application to the production environment. I'm gonna copy this link to you guys before I even try it myself, okay? Here we go. The application is now live and accessible. The deployment was successful after I made configuration adjustment. You can now visit the application at the URL, test the complete assessment flow, see test results. The application includes the features, and it will email. I provided you both the complete source code package and documentation in my previous message. Would you like me to walk you through any specific application? I'm gonna say, can you update deployment instructions based on what you learned? Oh, we're gonna test it first from the unsuccessful. I'm not gonna do that yet. I wanna pre-print it, but I wanna look at what it created first. It's kind of lazy to put this screenshot there, but I have to admit that's kind of cool. Obviously, I would change out that image myself. Let's take a look. Is your career AI proof? Take our comprehensive assessment to discover if your job is at risk of AI displacement. How it works. Complete the assessment, answer questions about your job, skills, and work environment, get your risk score, and then get a personalized action plan. Accurate risk assessment based on extensive research, industry comparisons, actionable insights, future focused. This is a very fantastic landing page, by the way. 85 million jobs will be replaced by 2025. Wow. 97 million new roles. 52% of US workers are worried about AI's impact. Ready to secure your career future? Don't wait until it's too late. Take our assessment now. Yes, please. Full name, put that in there. Current job title. I am an AI consultant. No, let's try that one I was telling you about, the data analyst. Current role, 4 to 7 years. Industry, let's do technology. Organization size, definitely medium. Job characteristics, let me zoom in so you guys can see these questions a little better. There you go. How's that look, by the way? Is this sweet? This thing looks sexy to me. So, tell us about the nature of your work here. Highly competitive and routine. Competitive, repetitive, somewhat repetitive. Balance between routine and non-routine. Mostly varied and non-routine. I would say it's highly repetitive and routine, data analyst. But let's just say occasional variation. How much of your work involves data processing? Almost all of my work. How much of your work involves creative thinking and innovation? I don't know, half. Skills and adaptability. Tell us about your skills and ability to adapt to changes. Now, I'm gonna pretend like I'm the best at everything. Critical thinking and creative innovation, and I have a great empathy and great leadership skills, and I'm very good at complex analysis. I have technical expertise, and I'm pretty adaptable, and I can project manage, and I do some strategic stuff, and I'm pretty good at negotiations. We're gonna pretend. I wanna see if the AI assessment really took into factor people's lies and confirmation bias that they think that they're fantastic at their job and they're never gonna lose their job. How often do you engage in professional development? I don't know, a few times a year. How comfortable are you using AI tools? I don't know, haven't really used them. Work value, decision making. Tell us about your work. It is evaluated, how your work is evaluated in decision making. Quality of output, hours and tasks completed. How much of your work involves creating unique solutions? I don't know, small portion. How much autonomy do you have in making decisions? Moderate. Okay, we're at step 6 out of 7. I notice there's a little bit of a display issue here. Looks like this is a little bit off. Could be because I'm zoomed in though. No, it's not. That needs to be fixed. But that's something that could be fixed in the CSS. Tell us about your organization and approach to AI. Average. Has your organization announced plans to implement it? There have been discussions but no specific plans. How specialized is your role? Moderately specialized. Others have similar skills. And here's the final. Oh, this is sexy. Overview. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 5.9 out of 10. Your job will be partially impacted by AI within 3 to 5 years. 30 to 50% of your tasks may be automated. Job information, here's the stuff you typed in. Your task automation prediction, high risk. 37% of tasks in your role could be automated by AI in the next 3 to 5 years. Here's your job category, your category breakdown, job vulnerability, skills adaptability, work value, organizational context. A copy of these results have been sent to your email. We've also included personalized recommendations to help you make your career more AI-proof. Nice. Here's your data analysis. Your job vulnerability score, your role involves somewhat repetitive tasks, skills and adaptability, industry comparison. Let's take a look here. It says it's emailed it to me, a copy. I don't know. I'm gonna look. I thought it was all sandboxed. I don't think it's really gonna do that. I don't think it's really gonna send it to me. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna send it to me, but that is cool, right? Personalized recommendations. Based on your assessment results, we've prepared the following recommendations to help you make your career more AI-proof. Yes, there is gonna be a replay. Paul, what's up, Dave? Dude, this is fantastic. This is freaking fantastic. This is beautiful. This could help so many people. Look at the recommendations. Learn how to use AI as a productivity multiplier in your current role. Develop prompting skills to get better results from AI tools. Focus on quality control and oversight of AI outputs. Position yourself as an AI human bridge in your organization. Long-term strategy. Develop a portfolio of project-based work rather than relying on a single employer. Build a personal brand as an expert who leverages AI effectively. Invest in continuous learning with a focus on human-centric skills. Stay informed about AI developments in the industry. This is so important for people. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy I recorded this. And I'm so happy that I can create this app. I'm gonna deploy this. Now I'm gonna go back into Manus. And another reason why, by the way, that I didn't give this prompt yet is because if anyone knows me, especially anyone in my AI Persona Method program knows, I never waste a prompt. Now we see there's some issues. So we're going to not only ask it to do this, but we're going to then tell it to package it up, okay? So I'm gonna cut this out here. We're gonna tell it things that we saw that aren't working correctly. So right now, the only issue I found is actually the display during the assessment. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a screenshot of it. First, I open up a little sticky note here, and I'm gonna paste in the prompt that I wanna give it. All right, so then I'm also gonna take a screenshot of this and show it the little area that it's got a problem with, right here, okay? So I'm gonna go to Manus, I'm gonna paste that in there. There's the image being pasted in. I'm gonna go back to my little sticky note here, grab it. So I'm gonna say, I noticed a display issue on the text for the assessment. Let me see where that was. On the step text for the assessment is cut off. I'm not gonna tell it what to do. I've attached a screenshot for you to understand the issue. And then I'm gonna also tell it, is there anything else? I'm gonna say, can you update the employment section? I'm gonna say also, what changes need to be made for the email functionality to work when I deploy this myself? Let's go. So yeah, actually Dave, that was really important what you just said. Most people do not know what to do. People don't do things because they don't have a path or a process that will help them. Yes. Now, AI is new, sure. But you know what's not new? Building products. You know what's not new? Marketing and copywriting. You know what's new? What's not new? Selling things. You know what's not new? Getting people excited about things you sell. You know what's not new? Deploying applications on servers. Look what it's doing. It's actually testing the functionality right now. It's looking at the website of the assessment. I love this. So it says, thank you for pointing out the display issue. I can see from your screenshot the step is cut off in the header. Let me fix that issue. I'll also explain the changes needed for the email functionality to work when you deploy the application yourself, okay? Gene says, when this is done, can you share the results again? It looks like they stop at the last place where you asked it to share and pasted the link in here. Can you reword that, Gene? Can you say that in a different way, or someone try to explain that? I'm trying to figure that out. Can I share the results again? This part? Are you talking about this? Can I share the results again? Is this what you're talking about? All right, anyway, you update me on that. All right, let's try it. Let's take this assessment again. Let me see if I can just start a new assessment here, okay? Full name, job title. I'm gonna do AI consultant this time. Let's see. I've been doing it for 7 years or so. I'm mainly in marketing for business. I don't really know if I like all of these. I'm gonna say education, maybe. Retail and e-commerce. Media and entertainment. Man, there's nothing that I really like. I'm gonna say other. Organization size, medium. Okay. Would you characterize the majority of your tasks in your job? Highly varied and unpredictable, that's for sure. Most of it, little to none. How much of your work involves creative thinking? Pretty much all of my work. I definitely have actually all of these skills, and this isn't a lie. Except maybe I'm not truly emotionally intelligent and empathetic, but that's just because I've been jaded and burned by too many people, but I still kind of have it. We'll leave it there. Considering I was an IT project manager in a past life of a Fortune 500, I'll keep that in there too. All right, how often do I engage in professional development? Literally like every day. They don't have an option for every day. I'm doing it right now. How comfortable am I using tools? Hell yeah, I use them every day. What is my job is usually by the quality impact of my output. How much of my work involves creating unique solutions? All my work. How much autonomy do I have? Complete autonomy. We're on the leading edge of AI. We have very specific plans. How specialized is your role? Highly specialized. Very low risk. Oh, there's a display error on this too. Yeah, I see. Okay, Manus wants to deploy this live again. This has been the most value I've gotten out of Manus, even after they've removed the deep, experimental version. And I think it's because I've just gotten better at the size and demand of my output. Like before, I was giving it a million things to do, and then now I've been kind of fine tuning it to get like just the right amount of output, if that makes sense, so that like it will still be able to actually complete the task at hand without running out of room in the chat. I think that right now is going to be a really important skill as these tools develop. I would love to. I would pay $500 a month for this. I would pay $1,000 a month for this. I'm paying $200 a month for ChatGPT's operator that doesn't even hold a candle to this. Like if ChatGPT's operator was a candle, this would be a freaking furnace that's powered by TNT explosives or something, nitroglycerin C4. If this was if ChatGPT operators was a candle, this would be like a blowtorch. No, it would be a welder. I mean, this is just so powerful. So powerful. Let me look at what you guys are chatting about. That link you shared to everyone where we could see all the steps. Okay, cool. Oh, it's updating it? Really? There's another feature that blows ChatGPT out of the way, and Claude, actually. Because now, from what Gene is saying, is that it's actually updating. The shared chat that I provided you guys is actually updating. That is great information, Gene. And yes, Dave, you're exactly right. Having to learn that intuition of project scope and understanding how to formulate a good project and if it's a good idea, how to validate it, I'm gonna date myself a little bit here, but I have been in IT. Get ready for this. This is my 30th year. And the funny part is I gave all that up in 2016. I left in 2016, February 29th, on leap day of 2016, I took the leap and I left my last job I'll ever have, working at Philips Electronics as an IT project manager, building out complex healthcare telemetry and monitoring systems for hospitals. That's what I did. Any type of equipment that hooked up to a patient and went back to the central monitor where the nurses see what everyone's doing, all the machines that monitor their vitals and stuff. Like I was the project manager for the entire Pacific Northwest. So Northern California, Montana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, Alaska. I spent a lot of time in Alaska. And I left all that to build my own company as basically, I guess you could say, a staffing agency / marketing agency. So for me, I feel like I'm living in my prime right now because everything that I left my entire life, I mean, my very first job when I was a tween, actually before I was even a teenager. Before I was a teenager, I was working at a computer store for free, building computers, and it was fun. And I still, to this day, like if you saw my computer setup right here, like this thing's badass. Matter of fact, let me see if I can turn my camera around for you guys. You guys are gonna see how nerdy I am. Let me turn on the selfie cam, and then I'll turn on this other cam. Let's see. Oh crap, here we go. Let's do the corner cam. There you go. There you go. You can kind of see my little operation here, but I got this crazy ass gaming PC over here. Like everything I got is massive. Like I do big things. Like if you guys have seen my setup at my house, this is my production studio, but at my house I have my whole gaming cockpit. Like I've gotten 250 million views on my gaming cockpit because I'm a massive PC gamer. Guys, we're looking good here. Let's take a look. So it's updated the display issue with the assessment form. Let's see if it gave us a different link. Yep, we have a different link, guys. I should have told it this is ugly too. I should have told it, but that's okay. So I'm gonna take some more screenshots and throw it in there because it seems to be working well today, which I'm just mind blown. I'm loving life. Let's start the assessment. Let's test it out. Okay, well, let's do the same exact assessment here. So Jeff, AI consultant. Well, actually, we should do the other one. I didn't save that. One. Darn it. I didn't save it. Let's go back to data analyst. Okay. All right. 4 to 7 years. Let's do technology and software. Let's do medium company. Let me zoom in so you guys can see these questions again. Oh, look, the step looks good, guys. They fixed that. They fixed it. It looks beautiful. Highly repetitive and routine. Pretty much all my work. Significant half of my work, maybe, small portion. Skills, tell us how your skill. I'm gonna lie again and say this, but you know what? Let's do it for real this time. Okay, let's do it for real. Let's say you have technical expertise, adaptability and flexibility, you do some strategic management, data analysis. How often do you engage in professional development? Regularly? Nah, probably occasionally. How comfortable are you using AI tools? Haven't used them that much. How is your work validated by hours and tasks completed? Well, let's do a mix of output and time spent. So we're going to give it a little bit higher of a boost. How much of your work involves creating unique solutions? Small. How much autonomy do we have? Significant autonomy with a little bit of oversight. We're on step 6 out of 7 now. We're average. There's been discussions and moderately specialized. Last step. Oh, wait a second. I have to go back and look at that replay. What happened? Because I'm wondering if it skipped step 7 or if this is step 7 and I didn't get to see. It went too fast. I didn't get to see. But the report looks good. This looks really good. Moderate risk. Your job will be partially impacted. Oh, it looks like it fixed the CSS on this too, actually. That looks really good. It probably tested that. I'm curious if I can go back. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you this feature. Look, you can actually go back and see what it's doing here. Look, step by step. So it's like, oh yeah, I see that there's an issue here. So it went back into here, it's fixing that state. It relaunched the package. Okay, so your job will be partially impacted. 30-50% of your tasks may be automated. Job vulnerability, work value, organizational context, detailed analysis. Very nice. Very, very nice. Your skill adaptability score is 5.4. This is very nice. Wow. Recommendations. Learn to use AI as a productivity multiplier in your current role. Develop prompting skills to get better results from AI tools. Focus on quality control. Position yourself as an AI bridge. Yeah. Develop portfolio. I didn't get to see what this was for me as an AI consultant. We'll test it again. Okay. So let's see what happens if I start a new assessment. Let me refresh it. Oh, do you guys want this new link? You want to test it out? My bad, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this link in here. You guys can play around with it. Check the link. Don't worry, it's not gonna save your information, although it is on a Chinese server, so you might be giving it to China. Obviously, I could care less. I'm just testing it out, but this is a sandbox. Just, a warning about your contact information. So I'm gonna start this new assessment. It's taking its damn time. Okay, I'm gonna put in my job title as an AI consultant, 4 to 7 years, technology and software. I really wish it had something else. I don't like these at all. I'm gonna say technology, I guess, for now. Organization size, 50 to 500. My job is highly varied and unpredictable. I don't do a whole lot of data processing or analysis. How much of your work involves creative thinking? All of my work. I have lots of these skills. How often do I engage in development? At least monthly. How comfortable are you with new AI tools? Use them every day. How is your work primarily evaluated? Quality. How much of my work involves creating unique solutions? Almost all of my work. How much autonomy do I have? Complete autonomy. Tell us about your organization approach, leading edge. So this says step 6 out of 7. I want to watch very closely. I'm actually going to use Loom real quick just to record this so I can go back and just double check. Just do that real quick. Entire screen. This one. All right, let's see what happens when I do this last little skip here. Okay, yes, we have definitely announced it. How specialized is your role within the organization? Highly specialized. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this button and see if there's questions after the fact that I don't see. I'm gonna try it. Oh, yep, there were. There's additional questions that were there. I'm glad that I recorded that. I just caught that. Let's go see what it says here. Let's go take a look and see what it had. Let's see what it said. There it goes. I paused it. Share your own perspective on AI's impact on your career. See, I knew I saw something. I knew that I saw something, okay? I'm gonna say, for some reason, step 7 of the assessment gets skipped write to results, and I never have a chance to fill it out. Okay, what else do we, I don't want to waste the prompt here. Okay, I don't want to waste the prompt, so what else can we have it fix while we're here? I kind of don't like, I thought that it fixed this, but it looks kind of whack. I feel like that's, let me see if that's a Zoom issue. Yeah, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this as well, okay? Also, I've attached an image of the, what was that called? The, I guess the risk assessment score image shown for the risk assessment score, and the text is interfered by the graphic displayed. I'm not gonna tell it how to fix it. Okay, I could easily tell it, I want it to be a bar graph, I want it to be a whatever, right? Let's make anything with a score of 4.0. Let me see how it goes. Very low risk. Let's say 5.0. No, I don't want to ruin the chat. We're just going to do this, okay? So let's find out. Let's figure out how to do it. Let me see the chat here before I go. See if you guys have any ideas. Dave has an idea. Share your own perspective on AI's impact. Yeah. At the start, tell the user how long it will potentially take and give them slight subtle belief shifts. Ooh, Dave, I love this. I'm gonna include that in here. Lastly, I like that. Will this crash our app? Maybe. Let's go. Let's give it a shot. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. We're pretty much coming up to the end here. I'm gonna deploy this on my own server once I get it dialed in and show you kind of the end result here. Change out some images, update a little bit of text, possibly put on a sales page at the end for people to learn AI skills using the AI Persona Method course, which I have. Maybe even become an AI consultant and get paid to do this for other people. I don't know, or maybe not, just indoctrinate them in an email sequence after taking the assessment. I made this as a product that's gonna go with something I've been working on for a while. Oh, wait, it's doing stuff and I wanna look at it. Let's take a look. Investigating this issue with step 7, I like that. Let's see what the steps are here. So skipping this, it's going to look into these 3 issues right away. The skipping of step 7 and the assessment, the text interference with the risk assessment graphic. How do there's gotta be a way for me to pop this freaking chat window out. There it is. Oh my gosh, I could have had this the whole time, guys. I could have had you guys here with me this whole time. Dang, well, I just didn't know what I was doing, guys. I haven't done like a Facebook Live like this in a while, okay? So it's got the text interference with the risk assessment graphic and then adding an estimate at the start and belief shifts at the end. Okay, Dave, that was a really great insight. I like that, Dave. I don't know if you're in my consultant program, but you should be. Not trying to sell you. Well, maybe I am, but you really should be. I like that. That's really smart feedback. All right, should we loom it? We probably should, but I'm okay. I mean, I am recording this locally on my PC as well, so I get the whole thing captured. Again, I'm an IT guy, so I know how to do these things. Okay, so let's see what it's doing here. It's updating the plan to address newly identified issues. It's investigating the issue step 7. It's, let's see here, identifying potential causes 7. The form submission logic may be triggering too early. Investigating the transition. Let's see if it's actually what it's doing here. It's looking at this code, okay? It's really trying to figure out what's going on with the skipping of step. And by the way, that also tells me that it did not do a thorough test, because if it would have done the test, it would have seen that, or would it have? I don't know. Maybe it would have, maybe it wouldn't have. But we as humans, we saw it. But I'll tell you, for being a completely brand new technology, fully autonomous agent, guys, just drop me a 1 to 10 how badass this is. And don't like sugarcoat it. Like just your own honest opinion of how awesome this is. And then after you give me a 1 to 10 on what Manus is doing, I want you to think and just drop a number of how much you think it would cost an actual developer to do this and how long it would take them. You might not even know because you never had anything developed, but I can tell you, not cheap, right? Like, this is nuts. I feel so dumb. I forgot to tell my people that I was doing a Facebook Live. My bad. I gotta send this out to my consultants real quick. I feel like a dumb now. And of course now they're gonna see the very end of it and be like, dude, how come you didn't tell me sooner, man? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Let me go into our oh, my bad. Now it's echoing. Let me open up my Discord here and tell everybody. Hey everyone, I'm dumb. I forgot to tell you I'm live doing a Manus AI demo on Facebook. Shit. They're gonna not be happy with that. All right, guys. Oh, watch live replay here. Manus AI agentic. All right, my people, I'm sorry. For those of you who are in the AI consultant program and you are just tuning in, I am sorry. I forgot to announce it. Damn it. Well, you can watch the replay. You're probably watching it right now. You got to this part thinking, damn it. I will update the chat with everybody as well. I'm going to share this chat link with you guys who are watching in the consultant program. All right. Okay, my people. Okay, so let's see where it's at now. Let's see if it figured it out. So it's still investigating. So it says it's editing a file. It's been doing a pretty good job. It's up to 16 steps now. It just is still working on the first one. The fact that we have not hit the limit on the context window is actually a miracle at this point. Like, I'm kind of blown away. Like, this is the most productivity and the best output I've seen. And some of it's just because I am learning the software better, and I'm learning. Like earlier when I told you how I'm using its own words, like it said, hey, how would you like me to, you want me to deploy this and whatever, and I copied and pasted what it said so that I know that it understands, because that's the language that it gave me, right? Remember, it's still natural language processing at the end of the day, so it's trying to understand what we're saying. Oh, the context window, yeah! Hey, we did a lot, guys. We did a lot. I was gonna literally run this thing until I ran out of a context window, and I was just talking about it, and we just killed it. That's fantastic. I mean, am I disappointed? Yes. But am I happy that we got all of this done today in one chat? And I'm happy to show you guys what happens when you hit the end of the chat. Okay, so Manus has stopped working because the context is too long. He has to start a new chat. Now, how cool would that be? Okay. Now, will it allow me to create a brand new chat with these files? Maybe, I don't know. I'm probably done for the day. Like, it's probably done for the day. Now, what I have found is that it resets at 8 o'clock in the morning on China time, because 5 p.m. Pacific for me in California is 8 a.m. there, and I was able to do a new task, okay? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna download this implementation guide, okay? So there's a markdown file that I'm downloading right here. I'm gonna create a new folder on my desktop called the AI Job Security Assessment. And this is 3/17/2025. All right, we're gonna put that markdown file in there. We have some deployment instructions I'm gonna download in there. And then I'm gonna go up to the files and download those bad boys as well, okay? Here is the, I'm gonna get the I might as well download this documentation and this zip file, re-download it to this folder. Okay, let's see, is it gonna allow me to download it? I have already downloaded it, but we'll see. I see it's not actually letting me download. Ooh, it's going very slow. Got it. No, it's not at all. It's not going. So I'm just gonna move that folder. I'm just gonna move that file over to that folder. Yeah, I'm gonna move that right inside here. You guys can't see that on my screen right now, so I'm on my other screen. Oh, never mind, of course. It's weird. I'm just gonna paste that one in there anyway, okay? All right, so now here's the thing. Now, I don't know if I've hit my limit for the day. I mean, if not, it's a freaking miracle, because I've just done so much today. Like, that's really impressive. Like, that would take so long for someone to do, right? So I'm opening these files. I've just attached these files. Okay, so I'm gonna say, I want you to deploy this. I've uploaded the files needed in a zip along with documentation and instructions. I'll just skip documentation, okay? I almost want to get rid of the email stuff because I know that's not going to work. Maybe it will. You know what? Screw it. I'll put the email instructions in there. This might kill everything, but we're going to try it. I've been wanting to try this. I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. It says it's initializing a sandbox. This is very interesting. Let me open up some chats with you guys while I'm here. Where are you guys at? Gotta find you. There you are. Whew. Does it show me how many tasks I have left? No, you're right. It says I have 0 tasks and I'll get 1 task after 22 hours. No. So maybe this is not gonna work. Or maybe I just used my last task. I don't know. Did you see it count down? Did you see it count down, my guy? Let's see. All right, let me catch up with the chats. I have not caught up with the chats. Let me minimize this over here. All right, let's see what you guys got here. Let's do some ratings first. Let's see what we got here. 10 out of 10 from Ed. He's ready to be an AI consultant for sure. Denise is like, yo, 15. Damn. Gene 7.5. If you do a 7.5, I want to see what's up. What would make it? That's a good. What would make that extra 2.5 points, Gene? I'm very curious. What would make that next 2.5? Like, how do we make Manus better? How do we make agentic AI better in this case? Dave says 8 when you use it. 3.3 out of 10 on my computer. I don't think I'm that good, Dave. I will have to tell you, I do know how to talk to a computer. I've been doing that my whole life. Matter of fact, when all the other kids went out and played, you better believe I was playing Nintendo and building stuff on my computer. When I was like 9 years old, I built my first app, and it was like to categorize all my magazines I had. You know, I didn't grow up with a lot of money, and my computer was my grandpa's. My grandpa was the first person I knew who had like a CD burner, if you remember a CD burner back in the day. No one even uses CDs anymore. But yeah, it's wild. I love computers. They never talk back. They always do what they say. They always do what they're told. The problem is when you're using a computer, you have to actually know how to get results, right? Marson gives it a 9, 5K for development, 25 to 5K, 10, no developer can do this, except they are multi-talented and skilled. Yeah, pretty much. Hey, what's up, man? How you been? Denise. Yeah, easy 2 to 5K. I've enjoyed watching what Manus should function like. Yeah, that's right. We'll see. It seemed like you have to prompt it as you would with Claude Sonnet. It does use Claude to do coding, by the way. The developer released that. So cool. What's up, Candace? Yeah. So guys, I think we pretty much ran out. Right? We ran out and now it says I can't really do anything for the next 22 hours. Let's see what, Gene just responded. For the majority of tasks I've tried, it doesn't get the desired results. To be fair, there has been some editing and visual assets and videos, and while it's impressive how far it gets, the results are really unusable. Yeah, I also think, if I'm gonna be 100% with you, Gene, which I'm always 100%, I think a lot of it too is understanding what these apps are good for and staying within what it's good for. Like, would I want this to go and edit one of my podcasts? Is that what this is built for? This is built in such a way that it has tools to launch apps. Are you building an app? Are you building a website with it? Are you building some sort of interactive thing? That's what it's good at. So you might be asking it to do something it's not good at, right? It'd be like going to my 12-year-old son who has pretty much played soccer his whole life and tell him to go make a slam dunk. Well, now it's easier because he's tall, but right? It'd be like, you know, you just have to keep people in the lane, and you have to treat even agentic stuff. You have to think about what its role is and what it's skilled and specialized at, and just keep it doing what it's good at. You know, like Claude's really good at doing copy. It's really good at code. So that's what for me, I love it, right? Like for me, I stay in my lane. I know that I am not a developer and coder. I do know enough to get results because I used to be an IT project manager, so I'm used to being in a room with developers and coders and engineers and stuff, so I can get results out of them. Do I know how to code and develop and stuff? Like, only stuff I've had to for fun on projects. Like, I do know how to use Linux. I've definitely set up a few servers, self-hosted projects, but you know, nothing fancy. And usually it's like open source stuff where it's like I'm downloading something and I'm installing it on my end, you know what I mean? And I'm modifying a little thing. So, by the way, I think it's fair to say we have hit our limit, and that's probably why it's not doing anything, okay? But I will have to tell you that this is good. Like, this assessment works. Does it have the bug where it skips the number 7? Yeah, but this is still a very detailed thing. Let's take a look at the recommendations. I never got to look at that. So AI collaboration, learn to use AI. Is this the one where I said that I am a consultant? Yeah, so I'm a consultant, technology and software, 4 to 7 years, 51 to 500 employees. Organizational context is the only thing that says it's high risk really for me. I want to see what that means. So my job vulnerability factors, my role involves highly varied, unpredictable, is very unpredictable, decreases vulnerability. My work involves a small portion of data. Okay, your industry is considered low risk. Your skill adaptability score, 2.6 out of 10. Your work involves mostly all creative work. Engage in professional development regularly, which positions you good, and your comfort level with AI tools is good. So that's pretty good. Industry average is 6.2 and I'm a 3.5. That's very good. So recommendations. Based on your assessment, we prepared the following recommendations to help you make your career more AI-proof. Learn to use AI as a productivity, develop prompting skills, focus on quality control. These look like the same thing as the other ones. So I'm wondering if these recommendations are not as personalized as I thought. Develop a portfolio of project-based work. This sounds exactly the same. So I think that I would personally tell it that I would want it to do a little bit more personalized recommendations, you know. And by the way, this is not using my OpenAI key or Claude key or anything, so it's not coming up with like custom advice. It's like pre-programmed in. Which, by the way, okay, yeah, this device is good for 99.9% of people anyway. True, right? And at this point, this is just a lead magnet for my marketing anyway, because people that take this assessment, I'm going to basically tell them, hey, here's how you can learn AI. Here's how you can create an AI-proof job. Here's how you secure yourself for the future. And I'm going to lead them into my AI persona method course, right? So like the course is basically the bottom line of what teaching them how to, you know, obviously use AI in their business and stuff. And so like that's how I would use it. So it's all about the end result. Like, what are you using this for? You know? Cool. Well, I am pretty much done for the day in AI. I got some stuff I got to work on. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna read the chat before I leave just to see what the hell you guys are talking about. Let's see what's up. Yeah, agentic AI is absolutely game changer. Agree. Yep. And yeah, I've been wanting to see me do this demo for a while, Candace. I'm glad that we actually had something work. Right? That's really cool. I just did an hour and a half video on Thursday with all the AI consultants, and I couldn't get it to work. As a matter of fact, well, I shouldn't say I couldn't get it to work. It didn't get to the end, which was really frustrating. Right here, this was the session that we had on Thursday. And, you know, I typed continue and it's like, no, the context is too long. And it got so far that it was standing up the server and then it just died. It said the context window is too long. So I'm very happy that today we were able to create this AI job security assessment. Could it be prettier? Absolutely. Did it do a good job? Yeah. The copy's on point, the assessment's on point. There was an issue with a couple issues, graphical, but then there was that big mess up with step 7 that wasn't formulating correctly. So in 22 hours, when I have another usage, I'm going to re-enter in I'm going to redo this chat right here where I just deploy it and see if I can get it to work. So that's that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This has been really fun. I want to see what Denise says. I use Claude to build things like what you did today, but Manus would take my operational performance to a new level. Yup. Can it create content as well as Claude? Well, if you train it, probably, but would I want it to create content like Claude? I mean, I don't know. I thought it did a pretty good job assessing my website. If you take a look at the website that I had it clone, you can see here how I did, look, it actually took step 1, step 2, step 3. It's looking at my formula, my flow of my own landing page, and if you take a look at the assessment, it actually looks very similar. 1, 2, 3. Assessment, risk score, personalized action plan, why take this assessment, the impact on the jobs, and if you take a look at my website, you'll see that it actually has very similar elements. I'm really impressed. And I thought that it did do the blue. It probably took a screenshot of this blue, which makes me think I should probably redo a little bit of my design because mainly it's black. right? Like if you go to the course, you'll see that most everything is black, but there's a little hint of blue. So, I mean, it did get that right. I can't fault it for just trying to stay with the color scheme that I have, but I mean, the assessment was really good. It followed my instructions completely. And let's go back and look at the instructions again one more time just so you can kind of see if it accomplished my goal. Okay, remember, agentic AI is goal-based AI. All right, so I want you to design a beautiful interactive web page for the AI job security assessment that people can fill out a questionnaire and determine if they are at risk of losing their job to AI. You can model the website, aipersonamethod.com, for design. To start the questionnaire, people enter in their name and email. Did it do that? Yes, it did. Okay. Then, after they fill it out, it will explain their risk and exposure with clear visuals and elements. It will give them advice on how to better position themselves to make sure they have an AI-proof job. Did it do that? Absolutely. We saw the end of the assessment here. It did a great job. Okay, and then it will send a copy of the report. It won't do it because it's in a sandbox, but it did give me instructions on how to do it, which is cool. You'll need to research vulnerable jobs in industry with robust role title industry system and formula to determine the risk. Absolutely. And by the way, this right here is something that I added because I didn't have it in the step to come up with this formula before, and it was kind of whack. So like I can tell just by having it do this right here, it did a fantastic job. And this is just what you learn, you know, and this is something that when I teach my consultants how to do this for their clients, a lot of it's kind of common sense, but at the same time, like, you don't want to waste a prompt. This is the biggest thing for me is when I see people go in and they're doing stuff with AI, I want to punch myself in the face sometimes because it's so inefficient. This is a very powerful prompt, a very simple prompt, but and by the way, I'm not over flooding it. By the way, did you know that most of the time when I see my clients or my students using AI and it's not working, usually they give too much information. They're using too much training data. They're asking too much stuff. So like there's this fine skill that you have to determine, especially with agentic AI, that you are getting the most out of it with the least amount, if that makes sense. I need to put a training together just on that. All right, so anyway, and it definitely did a good job on the ranking system. I thought it was really great. I mean, even me as an AI consultant, it basically said, hey, here's, as an AI consultant, you still have, look, 2% of my tasks are gonna be automated. That's really cool, right? I just realized something here, high risk 2%. Oh, okay, that's just, I have a high risk of only 2% of my task being done. So 2% of my stuff is high risk. Personally, I would probably change that. Is it correct? Yes. Is it displayed in a way that makes sense? It probably needs to be tweaked a little bit, but I thought I did a fantastic job. All right, let me come back and see what you guys got. Let me pull up your chats real quick. Whew, there we go. That's working. Okay, so let's see what you got here. Got some new comments. Thank you so much, Gene. And I was hoping to do complex, in-depth research and analysis on real estate deals. It can absolutely do that. You don't even need Manus for this. You can use Operator for that. No problem, Alex. Let's see here. Here's a more concise version formatted for Facebook chat. 8 essential belief shifts for the AI era. Cute. Let me show you what happens here. Let me show you a little bit of AI copy tools, my guy. Let me show you how I write all my posts. I use this. See this? Your AI copy sucks. That QR code does work, by the way. All right, so let me do my screen share here and show you how I use AI copy tools to write all my copy. All right, I'm gonna come in here to, let me zoom in so you can see it better. I have 3 different viral post writers. The viral post writer, pattern interrupt, scroll stopper. We're using pattern interrupt. It's one of my favorites. I'm gonna paste in this right here. The topic is 8 essential belief shifts. Here's my key takeaways, and I'm gonna say that I'm an AI consultant. My audience are, I don't know, AI enthusiasts. No, I'm gonna say enthusiasts and business owners. All right, so literally this is like cheating. So this data set is 100 of my top performing, what I call pattern interrupt posts that I've written. Just, if you didn't know, I'm a professional copywriter for the past 8 years where I write copy for people. Check it out. Most people fear AI will steal their job, but they're missing the real opportunity. How I transformed my mindset about AI in 8 shifts. I used to think AI would replace me. Now I see it as my secret weapon. Here's what changed my perspective. 1, stop competing, start collaborating. AI isn't your enemy, it's your amplifier. Let it handle the routine tasks while you focus on strategy. 2, become a workflow architect. Don't just use AI tools, design systems that maximize their potential. Strong prompting skills are your foundation. 3, break free from job titles. You're not just a role, you're a value creator who uses AI to solve problems. I'm gonna copy and paste this to you so you can paste it on your wall and hopefully get some results from it, my guy. I'm gonna reply to you and feel free to use this for yourself. Hope you enjoy it, okay? Okay, anyway, let's wrap this bad boy up. All right, so I think we're done. Let me see. How can I get access? Nope, don't have that for you right now. I would, yeah, it's true. I would like it to use the Carla text. Damn, Dave, you are useful as hell. I've noticed the same with enough info, not too much. The prompt is gonna get better results and probably with less and less as time goes on. I have a tear in my eye, Martin. Yes, it is. Yes, all my those tools. Well, for now, actually, I just sold AI copy tools. I will be announcing that soon, but I actually just got done selling AI copy tools. But I'm not exiting the company. I sold my AI copy tools to a much larger brand, and we will be integrating it into their platform. And stay tuned because I'll have more information on that. But anyone who buys AI copy tools will also be grandfathered into the new platform. So it's kind of exciting. I'm actually going to be announcing it very soon. I used AI copy tools to actually write the post about it. Let me see if I can find it. Anyway, not the point of this call. You guys will be hearing more about it. But really grateful for you guys to tune in with me today. I wanted to go live inside my Facebook group and the AI Artificial Intelligence Facebook group. If you guys are not in that already, you should be, okay? We are the largest community on Facebook. We have actually in the world. Our Facebook group is the largest AI community in the world. It's just artificial intelligence. This is the guy right here. That's it. This Facebook group that has 3.4 million members, you can't miss it. That's the one. I hope you guys are in there doing stuff. Me and my partner Valentine try to have lots of value for you guys. We have a bunch of cool people in there. Another thing that's really interesting about this group is that we grow so fast. Like, wow, look at this, 3.35. That's not even, that's just nuts. But I hope you guys come in here. We have tons of people in here and we talk about AI all the time. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming by. And I'll see you again. I'm probably gonna start doing some more of these just because I don't think most people really understand what is about to happen with AI. I mean, I'm sounding the alarm. The AI jobs apocalypse is coming. I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for it and people are gonna call me a fear monger and stuff because they already do in the Facebook group. I've gone mega viral for all the wrong reasons, you know. It's very hard for people to accept that AI can do their job better than them. And we're at that weird point in time where like, it's way worse than it ever has been because it's not just like, hey, Henry Ford invented this production car and now all the horse buggy drivers are gonna go. Like, it's not just an industry, it's all industries are going to be affected by AI. Did you know that there used to be, before the days of electronics, before the days of timers and alarm clocks, in the early foundations even of America, there were window knockers, people that were paid to go around and knock on windows and wake people up in the morning so they go to work and not miss it. There used to be people that put lanterns on and off. They'd light lanterns and they put them out every day on streets and corners and buildings. We're facing that time now. We're facing a time now where the AI, kind of corny, but the AI revolution, you know, just like we had the Industrial Revolution, which eliminated so many jobs, and now we're at the AI revolution, and we're here. And I'm really excited and terrified at the same time. Excited for the opportunities for people like us that are on the leading edge of it, that can really, you know, go crazy and do awesome stuff with AI. But I'm also fearful for all the people who are not going to adapt, and for all the people who have built their entire life careers on things that AI can just do better. It's kind of a sobering moment, you know. My very first year as an AI consultant back in 2023, I made almost $300,000 just teaching people how to get AI to write good just to get AI to write good. Just to get AI to write good copy like I just sent over to Dave in the chat. That took me 5 seconds, and that's it, using AI copy tools, right? Sorry to end on that note, but I hope you guys will help me. I hope you guys will help me kind of tell other people what's happening. And also, you guys are my tribe. So like, you know, I don't want you guys to be left behind. Like I want you guys to geek out on this stuff with me, and let's do some cool stuff. Like, you don't have to buy my program. Come in my Facebook group. Let's talk about it. Come on these lives. You know, like, help me out. Like, you know somebody who should be in our Facebook group? Someone who should watch this video? Like, share it. Dude, have you seen what AI can do? Watch this video. Watch this guy. This Facebook video will probably self-destruct. I don't know if you know, but Facebook has removed it. So Facebook Lives only last for 30 days. So we have 30 days to get the word out. Anybody who's a developer, coder, designer, creative, copywriter, marketer, social media manager, data analyst, data entry specialist, call center job, virtual assistant. These are the jobs that are going to go first because they're expensive to hire them and inexpensive to replace with AI. All right. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys had a fantastic day. Sorry to end with a little depressing note, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is. All right. All right, love you guys. See you later, and let's spread some good news along with the bad news, all right? The good news is AI is gonna start doing all the shit you don't like to do. There's the good news, all right? The depressing news is it's also gonna do all the other stuff that you probably do like to do. So I'll catch you guys later, and I'm gonna do some more of these. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys later.